Ray here. Today I will be presenting on my IRP project titled Tools for the Observation of Urban Paths, Tool Development and Assessment in an Urban Context. A large field of study in regards to place attachment and the effect of the built environment on people. Research has primarily focused on social physical characteristics of the neighborhood and its relationship to a target variable such as community participation and walking or physical activities. For example, one study sought to provide an empirical basis for the link between social-physical factors of neighborhoods and participation, while another sought to examine the role of the built environment on utilitarian walking in rural United States. At a deeper level, studies also research on placemaking, how environments can give rise to identity and significance, their forms of expression, and how people create places of belonging. These studies have yield insights that can be translated to more considered planning designs, ranging from macro factors such as population density and demographic mix, to the micro such as building of specific amenities and facilities to help achieve different social outcomes. While areas and places which are characterized as destination nodes are a common target of studies and analysis, links between each node in the urban network have received little attention. These links are the path we travel through on a regular basis as we go from place to place, walking from home to the local supermarket, and the walkways through a park as children head home from school. There are related studies that acknowledge the benefit of walking for elders and examine the relation between attributes of the built environment and elderly walking patterns. Other studies included studying age factors to pedestrian walking speeds on sidewalks. One of these studies are dependent upon residents' general perception of built environment through two questions. For example, in the first study, general questions included one on safety and another on the respondents' satisfaction with quality and maintenance of the sidewalks being asked. It can be argued that questions in relation to perception of environmental attributes can be better constructed through detailed targeted questions on for example, scenery, crowdedness, and availability of benches, questions relating to the attributes of the environment. However, such targeted questions would require prior observational research to extract key environmental attributes before translating them into targeted survey questions. So, why observational studies? Observational studies are widely implemented on the studying of areas and places. These type of studies are typically cheaper, easier, and ethically less complex. However, these type of studies are unable to determine causality, but are good tools for retrospective studies to gather insights to inform future planning and decisions. The development of a variety of protocol tools for urban observational studies includes SOPREC, the System for Observing Play and Recreation in Community, which is developed to collect data on target area characteristics and area activity levels. And also RED, which is Residential Environmental Observational Tool, which is developed for the assessment of the residential areas in its totality and can be adapted for large or small scale observational studies. Many of these tools are designed to target a big or small area or targeted place, while walkways and connecting paths are usually part of a big area. These essential mediums for movements, which is the pathway that we use to travel from place to place, are an aspect of our urban network rarely studied and should be given its due attention. Hence, this study aims to develop and assess an observational tool that can be used to study urban paths in a high-density urban environment like Singapore. The aim of the tool will be for its usability and adaptability to be built on and spin more area of researchers just like those of nodes in the urban network, enabling the generation of insights that can be translated to more considered urban planning designs. This study will have three phases. The development phase, where existing literatures will be used to inform the development of the tools and gathering relevant users for feedbacks. The feedback phase, where 2 to 4 potential users of the tool will be interviewed and their feedback will be used to improve the tool. And lastly, the assessment phase, where the tool will be used to answer a simple research question to gain insights and tested using inter-rater reliability with 2 or more observers on site. Lastly, there might be an intercept interview of 1 to 2 public users to supplement the insights provided by the observational study. So Singapore's aging population is a cause of concern for our city, with US projections predicting that 47% of Singapore's total population will be aged 65 years or older by 2050. Studies on population aging in urban space emphasize the importance of meeting the needs of a changing society to create a well-maintained and age-friendly urban environment. Thus, urban environment have an important role to play in encouraging active and high-quality aging in cities. Hence, the developed tool will be used to answer the research questions. What are the attributes of urban neighborhood paths that can encourage senior citizen use? The study will include consideration of both practical designs, such as flat roads, to aesthetics such as greeneries. The target population will be senior citizens, and the observation site will be along the Rochor Canal, where there are two segments of the pathway, one with a commercialized hotel at the site lined up with bars, while the other cutting through a typical residential neighborhood found in Singapore. Development phase for the two will be in April and May to early June, where observations will be carried out in the month of June. Observations will be carried out mainly during the times where senior citizens are more active, which is in the morning and the evening, covering weekdays and weekends. There are a few challenges in regards to this project. First, it might not be possible to interview the public due to the ongoing COVID-19 situation. However, this step will be included in the tour guide to supplement future studies, but not carried out in this project. Second, it might be difficult to do face-to-face interview with relevant users during the feedback phase, and hence the project will be looking to conduct online interviews to gather feedback for the improvement of the tool. The end of my presentation. Thank you.